FTR could very well be on their way back to WWE if this report from Fightful Select is to be believed. Fightful is reporting that WWE have expressed interest in bringing back the team formerly known as the Revival, currently known as Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler in AEW as FTR. They are the reigning defending Ring of Honor Tag Champions. They're also the AAA Tag Champions, as you can see here, and they have defended those titles on AEW television. They're currently in the midst of what is going to be a feud between them and Jurassic Express, the AEW Tag Team Champions. So they are getting a monstrous push right now on television. They are over as they've ever been, and they're over as good guys. They're over as baby faces, which kind of tells you how hard they've worked and tells you the respect that they've earned from a lot of the AEW faithful. Now, another wrinkle in this, in addition to this report, is it noted that their contracts are also due to expire later this year, I believe sometime in the summer. AEW does have an option to pick up an extra year on their contracts. I do believe that if push came to shove, Tony Khan would do that because FTR does figure into both, I think, their short and long-term plans in their tag team division, and they should figure in because they are arguably the best pound-for-pound tag team in the world, including the Young Bucks. And we are waiting for that one more Young Bucks FTR matchup to just make us all happy because, man, those matches are really good. But we know that FTR is getting this push. And we know that WWE just picked up Cody Rhodes, who was another former AEW guy that a lot of people said would never go back to WWE. And here we are in 2022. Cody's in WWE wrestling Kevin Owens. And look, here's the thing. With AEW having that 1-year option, do I think it's likely that Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler end up going back to WWE? No. But do not rule it out. Because both Harwood and Wheeler have made it clear that while they did not like the direction of WWE's tag team division, while they did not like the creative in WWE, while they did not really like their sometimes lack of direction, a lot of times lack of direction in that company, they made a lot of money there. And if the money's right, I think it was Dax who was on Renee's show, said if the money's right and if the time is right and if the story's right, he's willing to go. So, and look, you got to imagine if one goes, the other's going to follow because they're going to make that decision together because in many ways they are a package deal. Although you could argue that both of them in their own right, especially Dax, has been proving that he really is one hell of a singles wrestler, but that's to be seen. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think there are going to be a few things to factor in. One is money. I think both of them are at the point in their lives where they want to secure a financial future for both them and their family. I think the other part of this is going to be the schedule, because I know I remember Dax especially was very, very keen on wanting to spend more time with his family. And that's, for a lot of people especially, led to their decision to go to AEW because you do have a little more flexibility because you're not wrestling 5 days a week. You're not away from your families 5 days a week because, like Cody said it when he went over. He said he knew what he was getting in. He knew what he was getting into. It's a grind. It's 5 days a week. You're not going to be home all the time. And he did also make that distinction when he was asked about whether or not there would be more people from AEW coming over and whether or not he would recruit them essentially. And he said it's not for everybody. But there are some people who can make this transition. But the number one thing he'd emphasize is that you are going to be working. It's going to the biggest part of that transition, the biggest hurdle to get over is going to be going from working 1 to 2 days a week to working 5, sometimes 6 days a week. You never know. And then you have to do extra appearances as well. So a lot to factor into this decision. Again, I do think at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, they're going to stay with AEW, given the fact that they have that option, given or AEW has that option, given the fact that they are having the run of their careers, which is saying a lot, and given the fact that there is one more match with the Briscoes that is still on the table, there's a lot of money to be made there. I think it's a pretty safe bet that Tony Khan's going to do anything it takes to keep FTR, because he also seems to really, really love these guys. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released.